I woke to panic, my mother shaking me, whispering fast, her voice trembling. "Get up now. We need to get out quickly." It was 300 a.m. My father was already by the door, slippers on, eyes darting. I barely had time to grab a hoodie before they shoved me outside into the cold. Pajamas clung to my skin, dew soaking my socks as we stood on the driveway. That's when I saw it through the living room window. A shadow, moving, slow, purposeful. Someone was inside. I froze. My parents clung to me, whispering prayers, pretending fear. But my heart told me something different, because the figure inside wasn't breaking in. They were moving like they belonged there. My parents were my foundation, or so I thought. I grew up in that house believing safety was spelled MOMNDAD. They gave me bedtime stories, birthday cakes, hugs after nightmares, the perfect mask of love. But masks crack, and when they do, what's underneath is darker than you ever imagined. The figure stepped into a sliver of light. The outline hit me like a blade. It was my uncle, my father's brother. I hadn't seen him in years, not since the family fallout over money. My parents swore he was dangerous, a thief, someone we were never to trust. So why was he inside our house, moving with their permission that night? Something snapped. Their performance didn't match the scene. Their panic looked rehearsed. Their story too neat. The next morning while they slept, I searched bank statements, hidden envelopes, pieces they thought I'd never put together. They were funneling money. My uncle wasn't the intruder. He was the accomplice. The burglary was staged, and I was the audience they needed fooled. Betrayal has a sound. It's the silence in a room when you realize your whole life was scripted. But I didn't scream. I didn't confront them. I knew better. Instead, I studied them. For weeks, every late-night call, every envelope passed under the table, every lie disguised as parental concern. I saw the truth. They weren't protecting me. They were using me. Insurance fraud, fake break-ins, hidden cash, and me, the naive child, was their perfect alibi. Not anymore. I waited, quiet, calculated. They trusted my silence, believed my compliance. That was their mistake. Step 1. Gather evidence. Photos of cash handoffs, screenshots of bank transfers, a recording of my father whispering, "Make it look real this time." Step 2. Timing. It had to be perfect, not just exposure, humiliation. I chose Christmas Eve, the night they hosted family, the night they wore halos of respectability, the night they'd fall. Dinner buzzed with laughter, my parents glowing, my uncle smirking in the corner. To everyone else, they looked like the picture of family unity, but I had everything ready. Halfway through dessert, I excused myself, went to the living room, connected my phone to the Bluetooth speaker, hidden behind the tree, then pressed play. My father's voice filled the room, low, cold, incriminating. "Make it look real this time. Insurance will cover the rest." Silence followed. Knives clattered. My mother's fork froze midair. Then the second recording, her voice sharp, venomous. "Wake the kid. If she's scared, it'll sell the story." Gasps. My aunt's hand flew to her mouth. My cousin stared, horrified. My parents sat frozen, their masks shattered. My father tried to stand. "This is taken out of context." I cut him off, calm, precise. "No, this is who you are." I pulled out the envelope of cash I'd found in their closet, dropped it on the table. The bills spilled across the linen like blood. "You wanted a witness. Here I am." And then I dialed 911. The operator's voice carried through the speaker, as the room sat in stunned silence. "Yes," I said steady. "I'd like to report insurance fraud. The suspects are my parents." The room erupted. Shouts. My mother pleading. My father cursing. My uncle slipping out the back like a rat. But it was too late. The police came. The family watched. My parents, once untouchable, were led out in handcuffs. My mother's cries echoing through the cold night. My father's face pale with fury. No one looked at me with pity. They looked at me with something else. Respect. I didn't tremble. I didn't cry. I stood there in my slippers, calm as the officers drove them away. For 17 years, I believed my parents were my protectors, but protectors don't weaponize fear. They don't stage nightmares to fill their pockets. That night, I stopped being their child. I became their reckoning.